Hey guys, it's Viewmasters Reactions and we're back with something different. I was sitting down to do a new show. I'm going to start Steven Universe and Centaur World. I'm going to do one episode of each and I'm going to see who wants which more because I don't know if I can do both. But I know a lot of people are asking about both, so I'm kind of going to do one episode of each. I'm going to see the pilot, I'm going to throw it up, and we're going to see what happens. But I was sitting down to do that. My man Ninja Master, he sent me a message asking, could I react to this? It is called Inside Hollywood's Elite Dungeons and Dragons Club. I found this thumbnail immediately, and it is the exact image he sent me with a link to this video. He asked if I could react to it. Of course I'll react to it. It's Ninja Master. What do you think? I'll give you his full name. I call him Ninja Master. But it's Longboard Ninja Master. I was going to say I don't know what I'm getting into, but I could kind of assume it is some of Hollywood's elite playing Dungeons and Dragons. Who? I don't know. Based on this picture, well, I honestly didn't look till just now, but right off the bat, I see Vince Vaughn. Honestly, wait, I know the dude. That's a wrestler. That might be the Big Show. The bald dude, I feel like I know the bald dude. And I definitely know the dude next to him. I know both guys with the glasses. And the guy next to him. I don't feel like I... Oh my god, is that Joe Manganiello? If I'm saying that name right. I always butcher his name, but I feel like it's Joe Manganiello. I know who it is. The guy from True Blood, my favorite werewolf, but that's got to be him at the end. He just, like, his face is kind of blurred. The dude next to him and the dude next to him and this dude right here are the least recognizable, but I feel like I even know the guy with the hat next to Joe. I feel like I know everyone at this table except for like maybe two guys, but I can't think of names. I just know faces. I feel like the dude in the middle is like a producer or a director of something. I don't know. Let's jump in. It's for Ninja Master. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon. The link is at the end. Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Eureka, and Infinity Train. I'm starting. Steven Universe and Centaur World will be out next week. I'll have an episode of both of those up, but one of them will continue, I feel like. I don't know. We'll see. If not, Inside Hollywood's Elite Dungeons and Dragons Club.
Okay, you have a strong chance of
that. Is definitely Joe. I hear his voice already. Vince Vaughn.
That's huge.
I've been running this particular campaign for almost 2 years. There was a core group. My brother,
Nick,
John Castle.
I love that they got their John
Castle
Castle.
Co-wrote a Dragonlance script when Dungeons and Dragons was at Warner Brothers. Kyle Newman. He directed Fanboys. Co-authored Art and Arcana,
seen that many
which
times.
is the visual history of all the artwork of D&D, and then he just wrote a D&D cookbook. Ryan Vernier.
Why do I know him?
Ryan is a story designer for League of Legends. Ron Matthews.
Maybe I don't know him.
He's a CrossFit Masters champion. At 46 years old, he was the fittest man on earth over 45. I had previously recruited Big Show.
Get there and beat you.
WWE Wrestling.
It was the Big Show.
He was shooting a TV show in LA. He said, hey, bro, I'm going to be there for a few months. Save me a seat, bro. Bring in my dice. We got to play. The group then was joined by Tom Morello.
Oh, I know him.
Mount Rushmore of guitar players
Rage?
of all time. And then one day he said, hey, there's this guy in my kid's carpool that wants to play. I said, oh, man, I don't know. The group's getting kind of big. You know, we were on like 6
Tell me it was Vince Vaughn.
It was kind of getting big. I don't know. I said, who's your friend? He said, oh, his name's Dan. He co-created Game of Thrones. I was like, Dan Weiss? All right, yeah, he can play.
Oh, my God, that's who that is. That's the guy.
Vince Vaughn was a buddy of Tom's.
I knew I recognized him more than most, besides Vince Vaughn.
By Mr. Morello, he was kind of giving me books and talking to me and kind of like, you should pick this out. He went on a trip and he kind of brought stuff with him and slowly got me interested.
Then while we were playing one night,
God, the sets they must have.
And, you know, I kind of get, testy when people are on their phone while I'm DMing. Like, so I kind of looked over, hey, man, what's up? And he said, oh, no, it's Dave. Dave wants to know how many hit points the dragon has. I said, well, I'm not going to tell you how many you have. it has until you kill it. I'm like, oh, okay. He started texting again. He said, hey man, Dave said he was going to divorce me as a creative partner. Can he come and play? I said, sure, of course. So there were also some former
Are they both there?
kind of jumped in and out. James Gunn jumped in and out at one point before he had to go away to shoot Suicide 2.
James Gunn
Terrence
just jumps in
Williams
in
from SNL.
and out of our
There are comic book
campaign.
artists who've drawn all the characters. There's a guy named Juan Cabrera who draws from Marvel, a lot of indie comics. He drew the characters.
God.
I started playing 5e originally with a producer at Warner Brothers who was in
That
charge
is
of
the audio
Rights
on
property
their
at the
end,
time.
not my end.
And he was like, hey, we're playing again.
I tried to
said,
get
Are you
it.
kidding me? Oh my God, that's amazing. So we were actually playing Basic out of the Red Box originally. And then 5e came out like during that time. So we then, went and bought all the 5e books and started figuring out how to play 5e. So that's how that
So you guys
started.
have told me about that in the live streams about
all
5e.
Of my other friends found out I was playing again. And, I'm working out with my trainer, and he's like, that I was huge into Dungeons and Dragons. I went, no, I had no idea. And he said, well, I was. And, do you have room at the table? And then other people started wanting.
As soon as I started learning,
it was like, okay, well, I'm going to just.
I was surprised how many
knock the
people I
rust
knew
off,
played.
Pick up the books, and I'm going to start DMing.
You would not believe Joe's dungeon. There's nothing that could
It is-
occur in the game that someone could come up with on the spur of the moment that isn't in some box. Like the druid turns themselves into a weasel, and Joe says, "What color weasel?" And then the red striped weasel comes out. It's
That's
really
pretty
amazing.
cool.
First time I walked into the dungeon down there and saw everything, I was blown away. Like I was like, oh my God, I have spent my money the wrong way. Why didn't I do this?
I remember being a kid in the onesie, Cookie Monster PJs upstairs at the grandparents' house, and I would overhear them. It was like 3 couples playing Pinochle till the wee hours of the morning, with their finger sandwiches. And I would sneak down the stairs to sort of observe that. And I remember it was just a magical thing to see, these husband and wives, playing this game, the revelry, the bond, sneaking away with a few finger sandwiches. And I always, as a child, I knew I wanted something like that in my life.
I don't fit in anywhere. I go to the movies, 3 people behind me can't see. I don't have a social life outside of work because I've worked 5 nights a week for 25 years all over the world. So this game has become my most anticipated. Really?
It's his bird.
It's not mine.
I was gonna say,
Right,
it sounded like someone dragging
Think
something
about
across the
what's going on in
floor.
the adventure. How many spell slots do I have left? Where are my hit points? Where are we going to be? What if this happens? What if Joe comes up with this?
Those are
Oh
awesome
man, I hope
looking
he doesn't
minis.
come up with that. But
Look at that
it's
one on the
really
right.
good for the brain all week long.
It's similar to what a high stakes poker game might be like. It's a game where friends gather that's taken deadly seriously and is a lot of fun, but it's serious. Like it's very serious. Like we're on an adventure that we are like I think about a lot during the week. I'm looking up stuff and
Our text thread is crazy.
Yeah.
And this game in a town that can be a little bit fake at times. Let's just be fair. This game has cut through so much of that social noise.
Look at these towers. There's like giant guards. Is that it? All right, guys. So there we go. There is the Elite Dungeons and Dragons Hollywood Club. I still don't know who this guy is right here. I didn't know the guy right here. I thought I knew him, but I didn't. I mean, maybe I know him from when I used to play because I did play League of Legends for many years. So possibly I do recognize him from that, but I don't think so. I think I just feel like he has a look like others. But I knew everyone else around the table. I knew the Rage Against the Machine guy. I just couldn't think of it off the top of my head. But the one guy here, I still don't know who he is. And the guy next to Vince Vaughn, Newman, I didn't know who he was. But besides that, I know the whole table. You guys know I know Joe plays. Joe calls in the show often, talks Machina. He's called in at least twice in the middle of a live show. So I knew Joe was involved. I've seen other things with him, I believe. I feel like I might have known Vince Vaughn was, but not enough to remember much. So it's cool to see he's a part of it. The rest of them, I had no clue. DB Weiss is awesome. Game of Thrones. I knew him. I'm like, that dude just like immediately comes out to me. But he also has like a look where I'm like, all right, he's like a guy with a shaved head and glasses. Like, I mean, he could look like a million guys. But something about him, I'm like, I know I've seen that guy a lot. But it is funny to see how serious they take it, which I would assume they would, but he's basically telling the interviewer, you don't have any idea. Like, if we're all sitting down and we're doing our thing, like, this is taken very seriously. We're not all just like goofing around. Like, maybe you goof around, you tell jokes, but the world in which you live in, I mean, we just saw what happened in campaign 2. I won't spoil it for those of you who have not seen it, but emotions run heavy and high in some of the episodes, and it is taken very seriously on 90% of it, I'd say. 10% of it you could chalk up to chaos and mischiefness, but even that is still handled in a serious matter if the DM is a good DM, I would assume. I can't imagine, well, I could imagine the collection he has based on what the Rage of the Machine guy, I believe, said. He goes, yeah, you could call out any color of anything and Joe will have it in a box somewhere. I would assume he would if he is that level of player, because I feel like if I had that kind of money, I would too. We're talking about buying stuff and I've never even played a game. Those of you who don't know me, and this is the first video you're seeing, I've watched upwards of 6 to 8 months of content right now for Dungeons and Dragons. I've never once sat down in any game. I've never played. I've seen people play a good 20 years ago, and I watch Critical Role on a daily basis almost. So I've got a fair idea. I feel like I would buy everything under the sun. I would have minis set up everywhere, but it's nice to see people you wouldn't expect sitting down and having a good old time playing Dungeons and Dragons. Ninja, I hope you enjoyed. I figured I'd jump into it before I did these shows, and I'm also doing House of the Dragon episode 2 tonight. That'll be out probably before midnight if the edit goes well. They usually have a promo too, so I'll probably drop the promo for episode 3 and the episode tonight. It'll be on full in Patreon. You guys want to see more of what I do, full unedited episodes, all the shows on the channel, seasons ahead of what you're seeing, hundreds of exclusives you only see on Patreon, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Eureka, Infinity Train, Starting Steven Universe, and Centaur World. One will win, which I continue. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.